A ceiling component could be anything you'd like to place on your ceiling. That could go from fire alarms, exit lights, to, in this case, regular ceiling lights. Underneath Ceiling Plans 01 Entry Level, the first thing we need to do is come up to the Architecture tab and then select on the Component command. When we do, if we look under Properties, we'll see that here we have the Type Selector list, and it's a pull-down list of a variety of different kinds of component families which are available. Unfortunately, though, we only have one light fixture family that I've seen, and that's the Pendant Light Linear. And that's not really the one that I want to have, and I don't really want to have this Sconce 4 either. So let's load in another one of these families. To do that, we can select on Load Family on the ribbon. From there, we're going to look for lighting. When you see lighting, double-click on that. And there's two different kinds of lighting. There's one that's called architectural lighting, and the other one is called MEP lighting. The difference between the architecture and the MEP, architectural does not have those little connections right in the middle of them that allow for such things as your wires to come off of the light fixtures, while the MEP objects do have the connectors that allow wires to come off of the light fixtures. In this case, I'm going to double-click on architectural, and I'm going to choose on internal. So it's going to be internal lights. We're going to scroll down on the list. I want to pick this Troffer Lights 2x4 parabolic and select on open. And we've now loaded this into our project environment. Next, zoom into the lower left-hand side of this building. One of the first things you'll notice is as you try to place this into this room here, it doesn't really like to snap to the ceiling grids. It starts to, it'll even line itself up and you may get a little bit lucky, but realistically, you're probably not going to get it to snap directly to the edge. So what I usually like to do is just click once in order to place it, hit escape a couple times on the keyboard to get out of the command, then select on the fixture. I'm just going to move it from the intersection of this to the intersection of that. I'm going to select on the move command, pick the corner to the corner to move it up. If I'd wanted to spin this around, I would have used the rotate command. Selected on it, used the rotate command off of the ribbon, spun it around, and then moved it the exact same way that we just saw. Once it's placed, we can select on it, use the copy command, and I'm going to select on multiple on options so that I can copy this from place to place inside of this room. And I'm going to hit the escape command a couple of times to get out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold down the control key and select on each one of these. Then select on copy from up here. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, click an intersection, and then start to copy this down, basically from intersection to intersection to intersection. And you will see that I'll zoom in a bit in order to make sure that I get those intersection points, because it's really easy to miss them. And you get the idea. You could do this throughout the rest of the room, throughout the rest of the building, simply copying them around, and then placing the light fixtures on the surface of where these ceilings are located at. So to place your ceiling components, you'll need to come underneath the Architecture tab, pick Component, then find the appropriate component family, which could range from exit lights to normal lights to smoke detectors to a wide variety of different kinds of objects. Then place them close to where you'd like them on the grid, then rotate them, then move them to their proper place along the ceiling grid.